Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Friday, July 21st, and welcome to today's live stream. Kind of the end of the week live stream. I hope everybody's doing good and well. Definitely, if you have not done so already, definitely like and subscribe to my channel. It makes a huge difference to push my videos and live streams out to new members. If you have not done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. It's 100% free to join, no obligations to ever pay a dime. And as you can probably see on my poll that I started, I'm doing a giveaway on my Discord channel, a giveaway for 1 free month membership to my premium. Right now, we just started it yesterday, but we have only 29 entries. All you have to do is join my Discord channel 100% for free, and then click on this little emoji right here, and that enters you for a chance to win a 1-month membership to my Patreon service. So definitely check that out if you have not done so already. So that ends on my live stream on the end of the month, which is the 31st. So definitely join my free Discord channel for a chance to win a 1-month membership. So anyways, let's start off as usual. Let's start off by looking at the DXY US dollar index. We're going to do a full top-down analysis on the DXY US dollar. Then we're going to take the information we learned from applying that to all the other US dollar pairs, including gold. We'll probably go look at the yen pairs, go look at a couple commodities like oil, natural gas, look at the stock market, check out Bitcoin, and most likely check out a few other things also. So anyways, let's get started right away. Let's zoom out a little bit because I do think that this DXY does deserve to be zoomed out a little bit to get a bigger perspective, because I still believe that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I still think this is an A, B, C of B, and I still think this is an uptrend for the C. Definitely turned at the Fibonacci levels. We made a lower high, we made 3 waves up and a lower high with a big impulsive move down. To me, I still think that this is the end of a correction, and even if it does go up on the shorter time frames, I think it's all just going to be a correction to the downtrend, and I do still believe it will go down and eventually take out these lows. Now, we are talking about the monthly time frame, so that could take years to play out, but that is what I expect to see over the dollar, for the dollar at least, over the next at least a year or more. So let's take it down to the weekly time frame, start working our way down, do a full top-down analysis. So on the weekly time frame, I still think this is a downtrend right here. I still believe it's a wave 1, but possibly a wave A. I still believe this is an ABC correction, most likely a 2. Definitely when it made 3 waves up right to the 38% Fibonacci level and then made a nice impulsive move down. We have been making a pretty strong move to the upside over the last day or two, but I still think that's part of a correction. I still think that this is going to end up making lower lows, lower highs, all part of a big wave 3. So I'm definitely primarily still looking for shorts on the shorter time frames. So let's go down to the daily time frame. Now, one thing you really have to notice here is there's a very clear box, not really box, but kind of wedge that we have right here. And as you can see, price broke out of that wedge, and now it came all the way back up, and it pretty much perfectly touched that wedge today. So that's actually, to me, very, very common. You know, usually when you have a breakout, it retests, and then usually it will end up continuing in the original direction. So I still think that this is going to end up continuing the downtrend. Wednesday next week is FOMC news for the dollar. We got the federal funds rate coming out. They're predicting that they could raise the rate another 25 points, but I'm kind of thinking they may hold off on that until next time, but we'll just have to wait and see. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, to me it looks very clear that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The wave 5 is a higher low, as you can see, but if we actually switch back to the DXY, you can see that the DXY actually made almost a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the DXY has also made almost a perfect looking uptrend. Now I'm still more likely to always look at this one because this is equally weighted, unlike the DXY, which is not equally weighted. It's pretty much exactly the same picture as the euro dollar, but in reverse. But I still think it's the same thing. I still think this is an uptrend right here, most likely part of a wave A. We went all the way back up and touched that trend line, which is that big wedge that I was showing on the daily time frame. I still believe that this is more likely now to go down to make a B, probably back up to make a C, and I think that by the time FOMC comes out next week, we're going to end the correction and probably end up continuing the downtrend. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame, I think that the dollar is probably going to spend the rest of the day going down. If I had to guess, it's probably going to end up going down, making an A, B, and C, probably until next Wednesday. It's going to do something like this. And then I bet when the news comes out on Wednesday, it's either going to go up and make a spike reversal like that, or on Wednesday it's already going to be going up and maybe look something like that, and then it'll go up, touch that trend line again, ending in ABC correction and probably continuing the downtrend. So I'm still expecting that this is going to be a correction on the higher time frames. I think that this is actually only a wave A. So let's keep that in mind. I do think there's a very good likelihood that the US dollar is going to go down probably for the rest of the day, probably right into Monday. So if that's true, then we need to take that information and we need to apply it to all these other US dollar pairs, because the US dollar is definitely the one to pay attention to when you're trying to analyze any of the US dollar pairs. So going down to the daily time frame on the euro dollar, look how the euro dollar went right to the 100% Fibonacci extension level and made a nice turn. I still think this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. I still think this is a correction like a wave 2. I still believe that we're in a wave 3, and anything we see to the downside is going to be nothing more than a correction to the uptrend, and it's all going to be part of a big wave 3. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, so based on what I just saw on the US dollar index that I was just looking at a little while ago, I think that probably now we're going to go up for a wave B, and if that's true, then really we should be putting our Fibonacci level now from here to here, from the high to the low, because a wave B is a correction to the wave A. I think this is a downtrend right here for the A. I think we're probably going to go up and make a wave B, probably up to one of these fib levels, and then probably back down again to make a wave C before we make an impulsive move up and probably go up one more time. I still think that this is like a 1 of 3, probably a 2 of 3, and eventually it's going to go up and make a wave 3 of wave 3. Probably going to go up on next Wednesday's FOMC news right there, I bet. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, this is almost definitely a wave 3, 4, 5 right here. You can point out that 3, 4, 5 shape pretty clearly. That happens at the end of pretty much every trend if you're on the correct time frame. I do believe it is going to go up, take out structure, probably going to make a nice little uptrend for the A, probably a correction for the B, and then probably back up again for the C. A, B, C, or B. And then back down again for the C, which would complete this A, B, C correction. Then I think next week at the FOMC we're going to end the correction and probably end up continuing the uptrend. Like I said, most likely a 1, probably a 2, and a wave 3 of wave 3 is what I expect to see. So let's move on to the pound dollar. The pound dollar was actually very weak ever since we had the CPI news for the pound this week. That definitely affected the pound in a negative way. But I do still think this is an uptrend, probably still a wave 1. I still think this is a correction, probably still a wave 2. I think anything we see to the downside is going to be nothing more than a correction to the uptrend, all subdivisions of a big wave 3. So let's take that down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, it's very, very clear that this is a downtrend. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave downtrend. I think just like what I was showing on the other ones, this is probably going to start making its way up, but I think this move up is probably going to be a correction to this move down. So instead of using this Fibonacci, I think at this point our best bet would be to get rid of that, put our Fibonacci from the top to the bottom, because a wave B should be a correction to the wave A. So most likely this is going to make some sort of a 3-wave pattern up to one of these fib levels, probably either the 50 or the 61.8 to make a wave B before it actually heads back down and makes a wave C. And just like the euro dollar, I think that probably next week's FOMC meeting is probably when this is going to end the correction and end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame, I do believe it is going to go up. I believe it's going to break structure, which proves that this whole downtrend is over. This first move up should be a trend also, like a wave A. I think it's going to make a correction to that for the B, and then probably up again for the C. A, B, and C of wave B. Probably the 61.8 or the 50% Fibonacci is the most likely place for this to go before it ends up going back down again to make the wave C. Then we'd have a complete A, complete B, complete C, and probably sometime next week, most likely on Wednesday, I think is when it's going to end the correction and continue the uptrend. So let's check out the Aussie dollar. Now the Aussie dollar, we'll get to the 1-hour time frame in a minute, but the Aussie dollar had a pretty good little push upwards. Kind of makes it look like a complete ABC correction, but looking at all the other dollar pairs, it's probably more likely to do something like that before it actually does end up continuing up. Probably a 1, probably a 2, probably a 1 and a 2 of 3, and then up for a wave 3 of 3. So let's take a look at that on the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, this move up right here that we had was definitely makes this kind of look like an ABC correction already. So really what it's probably going to end up doing is probably going to make an ABC and then D and then E. But really, I just have it labeled as an ABC because that's really what it's going to be. Because of the dollar index, it's probably going to go up and make a B and then probably down again to make a C. Either the 61 or the 78%, I think is going to be the most likely place for this to end the correction and most likely end up continuing the uptrend. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame, I think this was pretty well done for the day too. And I think that this is probably going to stop making its way up for the day, probably end up looking something like that for an A, probably down again for a B, and probably up again for a C. I think it will at least go up and take out that high right there to make an A, B, C, a B, and then probably down again for a wave C. I would think down to the 61 is probably the most likely place, maybe the 78, but probably more likely the 61.8 before it ends the correction and ends up continuing the uptrend. So the Kiwi dollar, I think, is much clearer because that didn't have that big move up. I mean, it did have a move up, but not such a move up like the Aussie did. Very strong down. The Aussie and the Kiwi both, they make very strong moves up and very strong moves down, which can be good or bad, I guess, if you're a trader, but this still looks to me like a 1 and a 2, and I think this move down is still going to be a correction. I think it's going to make a higher low, and end up continuing the uptrend, all part of a big wave 3, just like all the other dollar pairs. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, this is a very strong move down, and we're already at the 78% Fibonacci level. So we'll have to see. I mean, it very easily could end up actually being a correction to the whole trend, which at this point it probably is. So that would put us at the 61.8 still, which is still a pretty big move down. I still think it's going to go up and make some sort of a B, go down and make a C, and then probably Wednesday's FOMC is when it's going to end the correction, and I bet that's when it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame. Now, 1-hour time frame, this little move up right here does kind of make it look like it could possibly be a wave B right there, and it could already have an ABC correction, which it definitely could. I could see this being like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, like a 5, 6, 7 waves down for an A. This could possibly be an A, B, C, or B, and this possibly is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. We are right at that 61% Fibonacci, so if it does go up, it may be worth getting into, but what I think is probably more likely is what I see on all the other dollar pairs. I think it's more likely this move up is going to be a correction also, and it's probably going to go down one more time, make like a 3-wave ABC pattern before it really does end up continuing the uptrend for real. So let's check out the US dollar Canadian. US dollar Canadian made a pretty nice move up. I think we should put our Fibonacci from here to here now, see where we're at, because I still think there's a pretty good chance this could make a lower high, but on the higher time frames it kind of looks like it could be an ABC right here, and then it goes down. That probably is more likely. The shorter time frames, sometimes you have to kind of really forget what you see on the shorter time frames and really trust what you see on the longer time frames. But I would say that this is probably like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a 1, A, B, C, most likely a 2. I still think this is all going down, and anything we see to the upside is going to be nothing more than a correction to the downtrend. So the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, as you go down, it looks like we already have a complete ABC correction, which is why in this morning's video for the US dollar Canadian, I said that there's a good chance this move up could make a lower high, maybe turn at one of these last 2 Fibonacci levels. Maybe this is like something like that and then goes back down. Honestly, at this point, it probably is going to end up doing that because I do think all the other dollar pairs are going to go down also. But it's probably going to go down and then back up and then down again, just like all the other dollar pairs. Because this is probably only a wave A, actually, and then a B and then a C. Probably make a lower high, and then down it will go. Seems very likely that that's what's going to happen. 1-hour time frame. On the 1 hour, I definitely do see 3 waves. But like I said, it's probably going to end up being, I would even say maybe like a WXY, like 3 waves up for a W, maybe 3 waves down for an X, and then probably like 3 waves up for the Y, because I think this needs to drag out until next week's FOMC on Wednesday. So if it did something like that and then went up and bounced off one of these fibs, or maybe even went up and took out this high, and then at the news next week makes this move to the downside, that would make a lot of sense for me. If that's exactly what it did, I think there's a good chance that is what it's going to do. So US dollar Swiss. US dollar Swiss made a nice move up. I still don't think I would be choosing this one to go long on just because of how strong the Swiss has been and how strong that move down has been on the longer time frames. I definitely still think we're going down. I still think this move up is a crescent, and I still believe that it will make another lower high, and just keep on trending down. I believe that this one is in a big wave 3 also, and it probably has a long ways to go to the downside. So let's head down to the 4-hour time frame. Definitely looks like this one's already completed a wave A. It has impulsive up. Now it looks like corrective down, probably a B, and then probably up again probably next week at this point for a wave C. And then I think FOMC is going to cause the dollar to go down, which would cause this to go down, most likely down to continue the downtrend. So let's take it down to the 1-hour time frame. So 1-hour time frame, this one already looks like it's in a crescent. So it's probably already in like a wave B. I think eventually it probably will go up and make a C. I don't think it's going to do it today, probably next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, it'll make that wave C. And then Wednesday, I bet it's going to continue the downtrend. So that would make a lot of sense for that to work out like that also. The yen pairs, because the yen CPI news that we had yesterday, they all had a big giant move up so everybody can see. Very, very big move. Let me get rid of this just because it's a little too much on the daily. So one thing I still see about these yen pairs is we still have a big impulsive move down. We still have a breakup structure. To me, even though that move up is very strong, it still looks like a possible wave A. That means that this move up would possibly be an A, B, C, or B, and that it would possibly go down again for a C before it really does end up continuing the uptrend. I do think that it is going to go up on like the weekly and the monthly for sure, but it seems to me like it needs to make a wave B and a wave C before it really does end up continuing the uptrend. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, that was a giant move that we had on the yen pairs at the CPI inflation data that we had last evening or last night or this morning, depending on where you are. To me, it definitely still looks like a trend, like a 1, 2, 3. It's probably making a 4 or 5 right now for the A. I think this one also is going to go down, make a B, and then maybe back up for a C. I wouldn't be surprised if it just retested the 61.8 or maybe went up to the 78.6 for the A, for the B, and the C. And then back down it goes. I still think this is a big wave A down here, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think this is going to be an A, B, C, or B, and I think it's going to go down again for the wave C, just like I was showing on the daily time frame. So taking it down to the 1-hour time frame, definitely looks like it's making a 4 or 5 right now. I could, even on this time frame, I could see the 3 waves down. It's probably going to go back up, retest this high, retest this Fibonacci level, and then I think it's going to start making its way down for the A, probably eventually make a crescent for the B, and then probably down again for the C or B. And then next week, probably Monday, Tuesday or something, it'll start making its way up. Probably back up to the 61.8 is what I think is most likely, and then back down again I think is what's going to happen. A, B, and C correction. So I don't think I would try to go short on this right now, but if I did see it go up and then I saw it go down and break structure, at that point I could possibly start looking for some shorts, because this is probably going to make an ABC crescent, and that ABC crescent will probably look at something like this, which is a pretty decent move down, especially if you trade below the 1-hour time frame, which most people probably do. So definitely check that out. That could end up being a very good opportunity for sure. So let's see, let's go check out gold. Gold, I think, is also making a wave 5 right now. It's doing a little spike reversal. So gold, to me, I still believe this is an ABC crescent. I still believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I still believe this is a B. I still believe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think we had the end of a crescent right here, which was a crescent to this last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up. And I think that this move is going to just keep on trending up. It may end up making like a bigger crescent, like a 1 and a 2, but I think that it's just going to keep on going up eventually for the wave 3, probably at next week's FOMC, Federal Rates News, on Wednesday. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, this is definitely all a downtrend right here, and I think it's in a wave 5. I think it is going to start making its way up today, probably for a wave B, and then probably next week make its way down for a C. It definitely could be a crescent to only this wave, and if it is, then it will bounce off one of these last Fibonacci levels and continue the uptrend. Probably not today, obviously, most likely after it makes an ABC crescent. And we're on the 4-hour time frame, so I think that's probably going to be on the 26th, which is the FOMC news, I believe, is on the 26th. Next Wednesday. Yeah, next Wednesday's the 26th. So that's when I'm expecting that this will actually end its move. It might end up looking something like that, and probably a little less big, like something like the 26th is right here, so probably something like that is more like what I would expect. So to me, I think there's a very good likelihood this is all one downtrend right here, and I think that we're about ready to end a trend. I think we're going to start making our way up to make an A, B, C, a B, and I think we're going to start going back down again to make a C. I think there's a good likelihood the 78.6 or the 61.8 will be where this turns, ending an ABC crescent, most likely on the 26th, which is the FOMC news, and most likely continuing the uptrend. Now, we still have about 3 or 4 days until that news comes out, so a lot could change between now and then, but according to what I see on the very high time frames like the weekly and the monthly, I definitely think the trends are still in the same direction. I think that we're just in a counter trend move right now, and I still believe that everything is going to end up continuing in its original direction on the weekly, monthly, and even the daily time frame. So, let's see. Let's go check out those yen pairs, because those yen pairs made a really nice move yesterday at the CPI news. They all made a big, nice move. Now, to me, I still think there's a very good likelihood that this is a B. I still think this is possibly an A. I still think this is possibly 3 ways up for a B. I still think that the yen pairs are going to go down for a C before they really do end up continuing the uptrend in a big way. Just like I saw on my full top-down videos for the euro and the pound on the weekly and the monthly time frame, I think that the yen pairs still have a decent amount of upside potential on pretty much all the yen pairs. So I'm still primarily looking for longs on the sort of time frames, but I think there's a good chance that we are going to make a move down before we make the real move up. So going down to the sort of time phase, you can see that this is definitely all a trend right here. This is all lower lows, lower highs. And to me, I still think that someplace in here there's an ABC crescent. Maybe even like right here, like an A, B, and then now we're in a wave C of wave B. I think there's a very good chance that probably Monday or even Tuesday it's going to start making its way down for a wave C before it really does end up continuing up. I think we're getting very close to ending this move up, personally. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're very, very close. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe it'll go up one more time, bounce off this 50% Fibonacci extension, and then I bet that will go down, break structure, and I bet at that point is when it's going to start going down to make the bigger wave C. Definitely seems like that is what needs to happen on all the yen pairs. So I don't see any break of structure down yet, and I don't see any reason why that there may not be one more long opportunity, especially on the shorter than 1 hour time frames, to go up to touch this level, but I still think that we're getting very close to ending this wave B and going back down. So pound yen is very similar, a little bit different because of the pound news that we had this week. But I think this is pretty much the exact same thing, and I think it's actually a little more clear on this one. A, B, and then C, and then back up it'll go. On the 4 hour time frame, I think it's very clear what we got going on here. I think this is definitely a downtrend right here, probably all the wave A. I think that this is an A also. I think this is a downtrend right here for the B. Hey Mark, we already did the DXY and the dollar pairs. We do circle back to them towards the end of the meeting though. And I think there's a good chance this right here is a C. So I think there's a very good chance this is an A, B, C, a B. Yeah, I definitely don't use moving averages. But moving averages can be very helpful. I just definitely, over my 13 years of trading, I started off by using the guppy moving averages, but I don't really think moving averages are all that helpful, but definitely a lot of people like them, and they are useful for some people. I just definitely don't think they're useful. I think this is going to go down one more time. I think we're already at the 61.8, so we may end up turning down maybe even today. It looks like it's trying to go down right now, honestly. It looks like it's trying to make its final attempt right now to go up, which may not even go all the way up. I still think that this is going to go down, probably end up doing something like that. I still think this is an A. I think this is a very, very corrective overlapping pattern for a B. And I think this is a C. A, B, C, a B. This big downtrend over here is a wave A. So I think this is an A, I think that's a B, and I think it's going to go down to make a C, just like I was showing on the longer time frames. Yeah, we're going to look at the Swiss yen, definitely. So the Aussie yen, kind of the same thing. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. I think this one might actually be one of the clearest ones. We got an A, we got 3 waves down for the B, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I would consider that respecting the 61.8. I think it might make one more attempt to go up, but I bet it's going to make a lower high and go down. I think this is an A, B, C, a B. And then I think it's going to go down for the C, and then once that C is complete, probably next week, or maybe even the news on Wednesday will do it, but I think there's a good chance it will continue up eventually. So yeah, man, that's a big strong move down. I mean, like I said, it may make one more attempt to go up, but I bet it's going to make a lower high and then go down. I bet it's already starting its wave C. I think the wave B might be over already, honestly. This might be like a 1 and a 2 right here. So I would definitely be prepared to go short on that one if I get an opportunity, especially on the shorter time frames. This is kind of the same thing, except for it's definitely a little bit different, but it's definitely very similar in a way, because this is probably an A, this is probably still a B. It just made, yeah, I don't know. I was kind of wondering about this one. I think it's probably over. I think just like the other ones, it's probably going to start going down, but trying to figure out what the pattern is the question. Like, is this the A, B, C, a B right here? And then this is like a 1, and this is an A, B, C of 2. And now we're going to go down to make like a 3, 4, 5 of wave C. It probably is what's going to happen, honestly. It seems very likely that this one has already ended its move also. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, it looks like it's going down. It kind of looks like in WXY or something like that, because I definitely see 3 waves up for the W. Kind of looks like 3 waves down for the X, and then 3 waves up for the Y. And it kind of looks like it's already turning down, honestly. And maybe this is like a 1, a WXY of 2, and then we go down for a wave 3. It seems very likely, especially looking at the correlated yen pairs. CAD yen had made a big turn also. Could that be it on the Canadian yen? I still think that there's a very good chance that this right here is a wave A. I think there's a good chance this is a wave B, and I think this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. Went right to the 61.8, big impulsive move down. I think that this over the next week or two is probably, not the week or two, but over the next week or so, which we're on the 3 hour time frame. I want to be on the 4 hour. I think over the next week or so, this is probably going to start making its way down to make a wave C before it actually continues the uptrend. I still think this right here is an A. I think it's already made an A, B, C, a B, and I think it's going to go down for a C before it does really continue the uptrend. So if you're long on any of these yen pairs, I don't know. I would probably personally get out, especially with that big rejection of the Fibonacci level that we had. Price went up, it broke the fib, and then bam, rejected it big time. I bet it's going to try to go up again, but it's probably going to be like a 1 and a 2, and it's going to make a lower high, and it's probably just going to keep on going down. So I would probably get out of any longs and maybe even start looking for shorts. The Swiss yen is already in all-time highs, as you can see. The Swiss yen has really been just making all-time highs. So this one's a little more difficult to forecast just because we're already in all-time highs, so we don't really have anything to really predict, any past data, because we're already in all-time highs. But I think that this one is very close to making a move down also. I think it might go up a little more just to hit this level, and then it's probably going to make a pretty good sized downtrend. But I think that downtrend is going to already be a wave C, and I think that once that's complete, it'll probably go back up. So I definitely would still be looking for longs on this one. The Swiss is probably still one of the strongest currencies we have right now. It kind of looks like it's going up right now, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3 waves down. It's probably going to go up a little bit, probably touch that Fibonacci level, and then probably go down, break structure, proving that this move is over, and probably at that point going down to make a decent sized downtrend. At least go down and start taking out some of these lows. So that definitely seems like the most likely thing to happen to me, for me at least. So let's go check out a couple commodities. We'll go look at oil, natural gas. We'll look at Bitcoin. We'll look at the stock market and a few other things. We got to look at the Euro Aussie for one of my members, and I probably have a couple more requests for my members also. So if you are a Patreon member, then you could definitely leave me a link. Leave me a chat on Discord. Let me know what you'd like me to look at for you. If you have not done so already, definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free to join. The link is in the chats and in the description. And you can join my Discord for free, and you can enter the giveaway that I just started yesterday. All you have to do is join and click this little thing right here underneath the welcome page where it says giveaway. And then right here, click on this right here, and then you'll be entered for a chance to win a 1-month premium membership, which comes with my trading course, comes with my members forecast and all the yen and all the dollar pairs every single morning before the London session, and a whole bunch of other educational information. I do a 20-minute meeting every single morning with my members, where I tell everybody what pairs I'm looking to trade. I tell everybody what direction I'm looking to trade in. And I do that every single morning around 9 a.m. UK time. So definitely join my free Discord channel for a chance to win a 1-month membership to that. So anyways, let's go check out some other things. Let's go check out the commodities. Let's see what's going on with oil. Ooh, I still think it's going up, but it kind of looks like it wants to go down again and then go up. So I definitely still think it's going to go up and make its way up here, probably even all part of a big wave A. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Oh yeah, look at that. I think it's going down. This is definitely a wave A right here, I bet. This is very clearly 3 waves up, I bet, for wave B. I think it's going to go down for wave C, probably take out this low and then probably head back up. I still think it's going to be a correction, but I think it's going to go down before it does go up. Which would make a lot of sense, I think. Yeah, and we have a break of structure. Look, break of structure. This is definitely a downtrend over here. Probably a wave A. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A also, but an A or B. 3 waves down, B or B. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. We went impulsive down, break of structure. It looks like this just happened recently, and I would definitely take that as a sort for the continuation of the downtrend. It looks pretty clear, honestly, that that's going down. What about natural gas? Is natural gas looks like it's going up? These are kind of almost invertedly correlated almost. I think we're going up to take out this high right here. I think it's going to end up doing something like that. It may even go a lot higher than that, honestly. So I think that we definitely should be looking for longs on shorter time frames. It kind of looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it may not be a wave 5. It very easily could just keep on drifting up, making higher highs and higher lows for sure. So 1-hour time frame. Kind of looks like a wave A. I think it's getting ready to go up. 3 waves up, wave B, wave C. I bet this is going to go up for either a wave 5 or maybe potentially the continuation of the uptrend. What does Bitcoin look like? Is it still going down? Yeah, still going down. I still think we're in a wave 2. I think this right here is probably a wave 1. I think we're in an ABC of 2. And I think we're going to go up for wave 3 of wave C eventually. I still think that this has got a long ways to go to the upside too. I think we're going up to about the $42,000 area. Eventually, I think it's going to end up looking like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. And then I think it's going to make a big move down, probably all the way down to like the $12,000 area. Probably when this thing starts going up into this $40,000 area, everybody's going to say Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin. And then what's going to happen? It's going to go bam. Don't think so. Most likely that's what's going to happen. So 4-hour time frame. I think really the best bet for us right now is probably to put Fibonacci on here, because most likely whatever's happening is going to bounce off a fib level, which I still think that there's a wave 1 probably ending right here is where the wave 1 ends. Most likely it's an A, probably like a little three-way pattern up for a B. I bet we're in a wave C right now, and I bet it's going down to at least the 30 or maybe even more likely the 50% level. Maybe something like that for the wave C before it ends up continuing the uptrend. Probably an ABC of 2, and then it goes up for a wave 3 of wave C. Definitely seems most likely that that's what's going to happen. 1 hour time frame, I would definitely still be looking for shorts for sure. Look at that. That was almost a perfect three-way pattern right there. Even this back here, 1, 2, 3 waves up. This right here, 1, 2, 3 waves up. It's probably going to go down. So I would definitely be looking for shorts at the end of three-way patterns for sure. S&P 500 is in a correction right now, which makes a lot of sense. 1, 2, 3. That's not really a 1, 2, 3, is it? Kind of looks like an A, B, C, D, E, and then maybe it goes back up, which would make a lot of sense because that would correlate with the dollar really well. I think it's going to make a higher low, probably go down a little bit more, take out this low, grab some liquidity, and then go back up. It doesn't look like it's respecting the 78%, as you can see. Oops. Daily time frame, yeah, it looks like I still have a theory that the stock market's going to go up and make new all-time highs. I'm pretty confident. And then I think that because next year is an election year, I think that they're going to keep doing everything they can to push this thing up. And then after the election, it's probably going to nosedive like crazy, especially if Biden gets it again, honestly. Going down to the 4-hour time frame. Definitely still in an uptrend. Looks like it's not respecting a Fibonacci level. I would say that it's probably going up. Probably something like that. Going down to the 1-hour time frame. Is there a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there maybe for the A? And this is like an A, B, C, a B forming now, and then it goes down for a C. And then it continues up. I think the dollar is going to go down a little bit throughout the rest of the day, so it'd make a lot of sense if this went up for the rest of the day to make a wave B, and then go down to make a wave C before it really does end up continuing the uptrend. So let's see, we pretty much worked our way right all the way through the list. So we got let me just make sure I got this correctly. We got the Euro Aussie for Mickey. And the Aussie Canadian for Speedwell. So yeah, let's go check out those two pairs first. The Euro Aussie and the Aussie Canadian. Euro Aussie, let's go up into the higher time frame, see what we can see. I still think it's going up. Yeah, I still think it's going up for sure. I think over the coming weeks and maybe even months, it's going to end up doing this. Excuse me. So I would definitely still primarily be looking for longs on shorter time frames. Let's take it. We can look at the Euro Pound too if you're still here once we're done. Keng Chow, if you're still here, we can look at the Euro Pound for you afterwards. Yeah, I would definitely still be looking for longs for sure. I still even have my little arrow here to remind myself that I'm looking for longs. Yeah, look at that. This is definitely an ABC right here. That's an A. This is probably a 1. This is probably a B. This is probably a C. And I bet this is going to continue over the coming weeks to make higher highs, higher lows for sure. ABC of 2, back up for wave 3. Let's see. So yeah, I would definitely be looking for pullback entries right now for sure. When did this happen? That happened just yesterday too. Man. That was a nice one. Yeah, but we're probably going to have time to look at a few things today. The Pound Canadian. We got to look at I think it was the Aussie CAD. I already forgot, sorry. Yeah, the Aussie Canadian for Speedwell. So I would definitely be looking for longs at the end of pullbacks on this one for sure. So let's go look at the Aussie Canadian first, because I definitely want to get to those, because those are my Patreon members. If anybody is interested in joining my Patreon service, it comes with a trading course, it comes with educational information, And it comes with a whole bunch of other stuff. It comes with the members forecast and all the yen pairs, all the dollar pairs done every single morning before the London session. And I also do about a 20-minute meeting every single morning, which I tell what direction I'm looking to trade on all the dollar yen pairs, what entries I'm looking for, what direction, what time frames, I pretty much do everything except for give trade signals. So if you're interested in becoming a Patreon, the link is for that is in the description and in the chats. So let's go look at the Aussie Canadian. What's this one doing? I gotta go up to the higher. Ooh, wow. I thought that might have ended a correction right there, but boy, it's not looking too good, honestly, is it? Ooh, I mean, it definitely could make a higher low, but boy, it's not looking too good that it's the end of a correction. But really, I mean, it didn't bounce off a fib level at all. Kind of turned right in the middle of the fib level, so that tells me it probably is going to go up again. I think it is probably going to go up again. Let's take it down some more. Yeah, this is probably an A right here. Probably some sort of an A, probably a B, probably a C. Oh, hey Fly Moon, that's good. I don't know what price that was, but that's definitely good, buddy. Good job. Impulsive up, break of structure. That's what I would be looking for from an X entry to go long, for sure. One hour time frame. Definitely not done going down though, is it? So what I would have to see is I would have to see something like that, like a break of structure. If I see a break of structure, it's probably going to be the end of an ABC correction. And it will probably be the continuation of the uptrend, honestly. Maybe something like this. So I would definitely be looking for, I mean, depending on where you trade, if you trade below the 1 hour, you could definitely still be looking for shorts, but at this point, I would probably be waiting for a break of structure for an entry to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. Seems like that would be the most likely thing to continue to do. US dollar yen. So yeah, let's go look at the euro pound and what was the other one? The pound Canadian. So let's go look at the pound pairs. The euro pound. I think this is still going up also. To me, this looks like an ABC correction, and it looks like it's going to go up. Maybe not quite that high, but I would say at least go up and take out these highs, maybe even go up and take out those highs eventually. But this is the monthly, so let's go down to the weekly, the daily. Oh yeah, we just had a break of structure. That's a really good sign. So break of structure, now what I would be doing is I'd be waiting for a pullback, and then at the end of that pullback would be a much safer and a much more profitable entry, probably a 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, that's definitely, that pullback, that break of structure right there is very significant for us to look for a long. Now it's going down, which is perfect for us. Something like this is exactly what I'd be looking for. If I see 3 waves down, I see impulsive up, this is going to be an amazing trade, I think. Break of structure to the upside, that would be a really, really clear, really safe entry to go long. Until that happens, which is probably going to take a few days for it to go, you could definitely be looking for shorts right now. Probably going to end up doing something like this, ABC down. Definitely going to be a few sorting opportunities on like the 1 hour time frame and down. But if you're more of a swing trader, then I'd be waiting for a break of structure, waiting for a 3-way pattern to go long for the continuation of the uptrend, for sure. The pound Canadian. Ooh, that's breaking structure. Well, no, not yet, but it looks like it's going to. It's definitely going down, but boy, it kind of looks like it needs to go up again. What's it look like on the weekly and the monthly? Oh yeah, definitely. Now I remember. I think this is in a big uptrend, which over the coming weeks and months is probably going to do something like that. So down to the 4 hour time frame. It looks like it's only a wave A though, so it looks like this is going to make a wave B next, and then probably go down for a C, and then probably continue the uptrend. So you probably could definitely trade long the wave B, and then trade short the wave C, and then once the wave C is over, go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave downtrend. It hasn't broken structure yet, but with how impulsive up that is, I almost guarantee that it will break structure. Probably make something like this for the wave A, probably go down for the B, probably back up again for the C. And then back down again. This is probably going to be an A, it's probably going to go up, make an A, B, C, a B, and then probably down again for a C before it continues the uptrend. So, let's see, if I get any more chats. So, yeah, let's see. I think we got all the pairs that were requested. So, let me see if anybody else has joined my giveaway. I just started a new giveaway yesterday. We have 32 entries so far, so if you have not joined my free Discord channel, then definitely do so. Join my Discord channel 100% for free, and then go to this giveaway channel under the welcome page, and click on this little emoji right here, and you'll enter for a chance to win a 1-month free premium membership, which comes with a trading course and educational information, members forecast on all dollar-yen pairs every single morning. So definitely check that out if you have not done so already. So let's go back to the dollar pairs. It is Friday and it is New York session. Yeah, we're going to go look at the dollar pairs again right now. Oh, they're still kind of drifting up, aren't they? Yeah, it's probably just finishing up a wave 5, honestly, but oh, it's definitely still going down, huh? I still think there's a good chance it probably will start making its way up. Maybe by the end of the day, start doing something like this right into Sunday, and then go down again, and then up on Wednesday. That still, to me, seems like the most likely thing. Oh, the pound is not doing that. There must be the euro weakness. The pound looks like it's going to go up now and make an A, B, and C. Probably go up to like the 50% or something. A, B, C correction. And then probably end up going down again. So it might be some good long opportunities coming for anybody that trades the sort of time frames. The Aussie hasn't turned up yet either. I mean, I don't think I would try to go long on the Aussie. I would definitely pick another pair to trade. If I was looking for shorts, I would definitely short the Aussie or the Kiwi, but I don't think I would go long on the Aussie or the Kiwi, even though they probably will end up doing something like this before they go down again and then back up. Probably an A, probably an A, B, C, or B, and then probably down again for the C. Kiwi dollar, kind of the same thing as the Aussie dollar. So let's see, the Aussie dollar, I don't think I would, the Kiwi dollar, I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long on either, at least until I see some sort of a break of structure. But they're probably both going to do something very similar, make some sort of a three-way pattern up like an A, B, C, or B. So they're probably both all gonna do something very similar. Ooh, this one pushed up a little more too, didn't it? It's starting to look more like a 1, 2, 3. It probably is gonna be a wave C, isn't it? I think the 1 hour time frame is just distorted. I think that this is actually gonna be the wave C. This is a three-way pattern down for the wave B. Now I look at it again, I think that is definitely what it is. This is an uptrend for the A. This is A, B, C, or B. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. And then probably next week's FOMC, it will go down. US dollar Swiss is trying to make a move up also. I don't think I would trust that. It's probably actually going to be an A, B, and then go down again for a C before it goes up again. So I think it's probably going to go down, so I don't think I would go long on that one for sure. US dollar yen kind of looks like it's in a wave 5. I mean, it doesn't have to stop here. It definitely could keep on going up, but it looks like it's in a wave 5. So if it goes up and then back down, breaks that level, I would say that's the end of a trend for the wave A. And then it's going to make a pretty good sized downtrend, probably for a wave A, B, C, or B. And then probably impulsive up, break of structure will end the correction and probably continuation of the uptrend. And gold is still kind of pushing down. It definitely doesn't want to go up. I definitely wouldn't go out long on this, at least until I see some sort of a break of structure up, but it probably is going to do an A, B, C, or B, and then probably down again for the C, just like all the other dollar pairs. I mean, this definitely could be a bigger move also on the higher time frames. It definitely could be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it could be like an A, B, C, and then go up like that. But to me, it still seems like it's more likely to do the smaller correction because that FOMC news next week is going to be a big deal, most likely. So it's probably going to be most likely looking like this when the news comes out, and then the news will come out and it'll just keep on trending up, I bet. So let me check Discord one more time, see if I missed any requests. Looks like we're up to 34 members on the giveaway. We have 10 days left until the giveaway ends, so definitely enter for a chance to win my free membership. So it is Friday. We definitely have a few hours left for the New York session, so definitely keep an eye on your dollar pairs, especially. The dollar pairs could definitely be making a turn. It's only 10:20 in the morning in New York, so definitely check that out. Let's see, what's the Canadian Swiss up to? Kind of looks like it's in a wave 5 on the monthly, but it doesn't look like it's over yet. This definitely looks to me like a 3, 4, 5 right here. It may be getting really close to ending. It kind of looks to me like it's in a wave 4. This looks like a 1, this looks like an ABC of 2, this looks like a big wave 3. This looks like an A right here. They're probably in a wave B right now. And we're probably going to go up again for the C. And it's probably going to be a wave 4 and then back down again for a wave 5 of 5. So depending on where you trade, I mean, I would probably be waiting for a long right now. I bet this is an A right here. I bet this is a B. I bet this move down is a C. I think it's going to go up again for the bigger wave C because this should be an A and this ABC should be a B and this should go up for the C. Probably an ABC of 4 and then probably down again for the wave 5 of 5. Definitely seems pretty likely that that's what's going to happen. 3, 4, and 5 on the much longer time frames. So definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Definitely join my Discord channel. It's 100% free, and you can also enter a chance to win my 1-month membership to my Patreon premium service. The link for that is in the chat and in the description. If anybody is interested in joining my Patreon service, then the link for that is also in the chat and in the description. It comes with a trading course, 38 videos, 7.5 hours of content. I do a members forecast on all the dollar, all the yen pairs every single morning before the London session, which includes a 20-minute live stream where you can see what direction I'm looking to trade in, what time frame I'm looking to trade, and what pairs I think are going to be the most desirable to trade. So definitely check that out if you are interested. You get a lot for your money, especially with that trading course. So definitely give that a look if you are interested. I will be live streaming on Monday. Monday is my next live stream. I hope everybody, as always, has a good weekend, and we have a couple hours left in the New York session, so definitely keep an eye on these dollar pairs. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their week and enjoys their weekend, and as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody.